Jay-Z can now file his motion to throw out the lawsuit against him and Diddy. As we know, a couple days ago, Alex Spiro filed a letter to the judge asking if he could file a motion to dismiss the Jane Doe's lawsuit because he found some legal loopholes that might apply where the whole entire case could be thrown out. Alex Spiro's first reason why he believes that this lawsuit should be thrown out is because the Jane Doe filed under the Gender Motivated Violence Act, and this act did not take place until December 19th, 2000, but the Jane Doe's claims are saying that they happened September of 2000, and Alex Spiro thinks that this law is not retroactive, therefore she wouldn't be able to use it. Tony Busby did respond to all of these allegations from Alex Spiro, and he said that the defendant states that its intention to move forward for dismissal on the grounds that Doe cannot pursue her claim under the New York City's Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Act in New York City is because the GMBA does not have a retroactive effect. He says, however, neither the Second Circuit Court nor the New York Court of Appeals has endorsed this reading under the Gender Motivated Violence Act. Tony Busby even goes on to cite that the Supreme Court urged local governments to provide a remedy to women who have been brutally SA'd, as no civilized system of justice could fail to provide her a remedy. New York rallied to call and pass the Gender Motivated Violence Act. Also goes on to list a case where he is saying that the Gender Motivated Violence Act is intended to actually apply retroactively. Tony Busby says the defendant's arguments as to the Gender Motivated Violence Act is unpersuasive, as it is contrary to the law's primary intention to make it easier for victims of gender motivated violence to seek civil remedies in court, not, as the defendant would have it, make it harder. The second reason that Alex Spiro added to why he thinks this lawsuit should be able to be dismissed is the fact that this crime would have had to happen in New York City if it did allegedly happen. And Alex Spiro is saying that the Jane Doe in her lawsuit said that she took about a 20-minute drive to get to this residence with a gated U-shaped driveway where the alleged assault occurred. He's alleging, based off public record and the time that it would take to get there, that this would be outside of the territorial boundaries of New York City if this alleged incident did actually occur. And then Tony Busby talks about the fact that Alex Spiro said that there is no way that this happened in New York City because there was a 20-minute drive, and he's saying that the discovery process is not yet underway, and it's respectfully submitted that the defendant's proposed motion is improper and should be denied because of this. Alex Spiro's third reason is to say that the Jane Doe filed under the Gender Motivated Violence Act, but he alleges that she shouldn't be able to do this, and the only reason that she did is because it's still active right now for you to file under. And he said because her allegations happened when she was a minor, allegedly, she would have had to use the New York Child Victim Act, but he said that that expired in 2021, so basically she is just filing under the Gender Motivated Violence Act when she probably should have filed under the New York Child's Victim Act when it was still around. Then Tony Busby talks about the New York Child's Victim Act, and he says basically you cannot say this. Anti-discrimination laws are generally not preempted by the state law in New York. And he also even goes on to list a court proceeding where this allegedly happened, and the court rejected this very same argument that the defendant makes here. The judge just now responded and granted Jay-Z his request to file a motion to dismiss the Jane Doe's lawsuit. Judge Annalisa Torres said that the court has reviewed defendant Sean Carter's letter asking to file a motion to dismiss the Jane Doe's amended complaint and the plaintiff's letter in opposition, which would be Tony Busby's letter. Jay-Z has to file his motion by February 6th of 2025. Then Jane Doe and Tony Busby have to file their opposition paperwork by February 28th of 2025. And by March 14th of 2025, Jay-Z should file his reply to Tony Busby, if any. So now Jay-Z and his lawyer have to write the reasons why they believe it should be thrown out, and then Jane Doe and Tony Busby have to respond to that with why it shouldn't be thrown out, which is kind of similarly what we're already seeing them do right now. So I honestly don't know which way this is going to go, but y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.